They definitely have a ton of experience against each other. Joreuz and Jack, two players who came up around about the same time, actually had a lot of common teams throughout their pro career as well. Just like if they are going to take the group and take first place. No audio? Wait, what type of audio are you guys missing? Can you hear me? Test, test, test. Good now. Back. Okay, right. So everybody spam ones in chat if you can hear me and you can hear the game. Let's see if we can get a confirmation here as Jack scores the opening goal of the game. Okay, that's a lot of ones. Great stuff. That only took us about 20 seconds. That's a new record, to be honest. I mean, if that's me, we'd probably have 3 minutes of muted audio, so good thing it's not me that's in charge today. So if you haven't seen Jack and Joreuz play against each other, firstly, you missed out on some phenomenal series over the years. In fact, one of their series that these two have played against each other is, for me, a top 3 series all time. For many people, it would be the top 1 series. There's the best series ever played. The gameplay actually nearly holds up to today's standards. You know, obviously, Rocket League has advanced a ton since then, but when you watch old videos, when you watch old 1v1s, you're often thinking, how on earth was this pro gameplay? How on earth was this peak gameplay? But I promise you, when you watch Jack Joreuz, I think it was 2020 that match happened, best of 7 from Saltmine Underground. That gameplay really does still hold up to today in many aspects. These two know each other so well. They're so familiar with each other's tendencies. They've played so many times over the years that every single aspect of the game will be a mind game today. Jack's away for his second goal, though. Joreuz with an overextension and a pretty lax goal at the other end of the field as well. He tried to get a couple bumps on Jack in the recovery, but no such luck. Jack clean through for 2-0. A couple of people asking what are the other series that are best of all time. Well, of course, Khaled versus Fairy Peak has to be another one of the top series of all time. What else would you guys think? I swear I made a video about this and there was another one. Was it Firewall First Killer? I think it might have been. That's a legendary series. Great efficiency by Jack here. Really had so many options on that approach with the efficient flip into the ball. Using that flip to accelerate himself towards the ball saves a ton of boost, as well as just getting him there that little bit more quickly. Joreuz will get the boost seal after the 4th kickoff of the game. Tried to steal the second boost at the far side of the box as well, and Jack was able to beat him to it. Jack 1 step ahead for most of the plays today. They're going for a flip reset bump. And Joreuz has narrowly avoided it. And counterattacks for his opening goal as well. Khaled Azra with the triple what save. Yeah, that's of course a legendary series as well. But I'm pretty sure my top 3 series of all time would have been Fairy Peak Khaled, Firewall First Killer, ApparentlyJack Joreuz. I think that would have been my top 3. I'm trying to remember what I put as my top 3 in my video that I made about that topic a while back. But whenever these guys play, you might be about to witness something special. Jack so far today has been on the money, and he's about to put Joreuz out of contention for winning this group if he can keep this up. Don't forget as well that Jack and Joreuz need to get as many sweeps today as they can. They need to get as many game wins today as they can, while limiting game losses. It's not just about series score in a round-robin group stage format. The group stage is the only stage that is good that I've got planned for this. Not a lot of time between now and the major. Oh, Jack had the landing there. That was perfectly executed. The wave dash. But kind of stuttered a bit as he landed and didn't get the shot off on target. Combining that recovery with, of course, Jack open net miss that he's become so famous for. Joreuz has Jack completely stranded on his goal line, no boost, and second goal of the game for him. I remember when what a lot of people said when I made that video about the 10 best Rocket League series, the 10 best 1v1 series of all time. A lot of people were asking me, where's the Lethimer versus First Killer series? And I can't remember what was the title of the video. I remember that the title of the video meant that that series wasn't actually relevant in it. I think why I titled the video is the 10 like most insane endings or whatever. I can't remember. It was something like that, but I just remember that the Lethamyr first killer didn't actually qualify for whatever video title, whatever theme I'd gone for. It was, of course, a very entertaining series, cool storyline, but in terms of gameplay, it was pretty much just a series with one turning point, and then that was it. Not a ton of drama. Whereas a lot of the other series I've mentioned here, and a lot of the series that many of the other top ones players throughout history have played, have had multiple swings of momentum, many twists and turns along the way. Here's a momentum swing for Joreuz if he can keep this up. Flick left a lot to be desired there, but he's still going to come away with a boost steal. I think he's going to need to settle for simple possession play across the box. So Jack with back corner boost control and a ceiling pinch. Off target, but not by much. Joreuz actually scored one of those against Daniel the other day in this very tournament, but now he can tie, and he will, with a flick off the ground. Jack not able to really recover completely after committing for the ceiling pinch. He landed in the back corner. Not a lot of boost to play with. Lunged in early for the challenge. Joreuz flicked it past him. 3 goals straight for the Dutchman. The ideal scenario, of course, for Daniel, who's top of the group, would be for this game to go to game 5. That would mean that whoever wins the series is still on a negative game win-loss differential. And if that's Jack, he would need to then sweep Joreuz at the end of today, or sweep Daniel at the end of today, I should say, in order to win this. That is a tall order. Daniel's form in this group has been easily the best up until now. Oh dear, Joreuz is not going to be happy with himself there. He has given Jack a complete freebie. That wasn't the most threatening shot. In fact, it's one of the least threatening shots that you're going to see from Joreuz today. So to be all in without much of a threat to write home about, yeah, definitely very disappointing for Joreuz. Yeah, Firewall vs. First Killer is the oldest of those 3 series. It's a ridiculously tense series. Many twists, many turns. Just like a Joreuz air dribble as he ties 5-5. Jack briefly fighting for that mid boost. He didn't have any way to get back after committing for the fight that he went for there. It was sort of a fight for the boost, sort of a attempt at bumping Joreuz out of position. Joreuz shrugged off the bump and came away pretty unscathed. Now, slow play from Jack. He's got a little bit of boost to play with, and he's done well there. Joreuz got a touch on the ball, but not enough to keep it out the back of the net. This is calm from Jack, because a lot of players would have taken a shot on that first bounce. That's what Joreuz expected Jack to do. That's why he flipped away from the play. He wanted to gain a little bit of a burst of speed, and then give himself a chance at jumping for the save. Jack knew that was likely to happen, just took a touch, closed the gap, and then went for a much harder second shot than would have otherwise been possible with one touch. Jack can advance into a 2-goal lead here, but that is poor from Jack. Both players have given pretty cheap turnovers today. Joreuz with the tie game 6-all. He will be very surprised that he just got a clean touch on the ball there. You'd expect Jack to at least have a 50-50 on the back end of that. Instead, it is just a gift right back to Jack. 22 seconds to go in game 1. Joreuz in his offensive corner here. He's stolen both boosts away. Jack had to reverse away from a potential demo in that position. Can he survive the next Jack onslaught? This is a better shot, but Jack's accidentally slammed it directly into the crossbar. He wanted some kind of pitch downwards, but the ball's gone outwards. Now here comes Joreuz the other way. Early reset from him, which is saved by Jack, but Joreuz is still going to be attacking here. Decides to play for the catch. Mind games the flick. Chips it slowly. I don't think he's going to get there. It's going to drop for overtime. Jack just managed to bump Joreuz there. Otherwise, we would have seen a 0-second goal in slow-mo from Joreuz. A lot of people saying unlucky there, or lucky for Jack, but really you got to give him credit for bumping Joreuz in that position. Has Joreuz outplayed him here though? Yes, he has. Open net secured, and Joreuz takes game 1. Well, Jack had a perfect start in this game, but it really all fell apart towards the end. Joreuz was the one pressing forwards. Joreuz was the one with the advantages in most of the positions. I'm sure Jack can adapt. He's not looked in peak form since coming back over to Europe. Of course, he did fly from... Where did he fly from? Canada to LA for... I think it was like a short boot camp. And then he just flew from LA to London, if I'm not mistaken. And now, yeah, I think he's flying from London to Netherlands on Monday, tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, a lot of flying for Jack. I think that might be affecting his play a little bit. He looked pretty inconsistent when he played against Joreuz on the first day of this tournament. And he also, I think, dropped 4-0 to Moxie, wasn't it? In Fear's tournament as well. So yeah, Jack's not had a great time. He's, I think, since coming back to Europe, he has only taken one 1v1 game out of the last 9 that he's played, but he didn't have a terrible start to that game. He actually played pretty well at the start of game 1. There was just a couple of careless mistakes later in the game, which allowed Joreuz to get some pretty cheap goals. But you know, Joreuz didn't play a flawless game at all. I think Jack's definitely capable of leveling up to the necessary gear that he's going to need to beat Joreuz today. He has got a 1-goal lead for himself at the start of game 2 as well. Jack looking for a clip on the ball at the end of that flick. Unconventional timing. Joreuz actually bailing on the boost steal there after air dribbling into the corner. Afraid of maybe putting himself side on to potential bump. Of course, he'll know as well as anyone that Jack has been very on the ball with the bump games. Bit of an ironic statement there. Very off the ball, I should say, with the bump game in North America. Jack 2-0. Perfect challenge. Making it look easy there. Fake the rush challenge. Joreuz tried to play it around where he thought Jack was going to be. Jack had steered slightly left and was in a perfect position to intercept. Yeah, what is this the Bismillah flick? What is this that everybody's been talking about? Is this Sunless Can's new video? I watched the start of it and I was like, right, I'll have to come back to that later. That seems pretty funny. Am I mistaken, or is it just something that has never happened yet? And when it happens, what's his name? I've forgotten the name of the player who keeps saying it. He's gonna say, ah, yeah, that was it, when it finally happens. Kevin did it. Did he do it? I didn't see the execution of it if it happened. Has it happened yet? Right, open net double with Joreuz on the end of it. Not going to be any difficulty there. I mean, no offense, Jack, but we are expecting him to miss open nets every now and then. He's had some absolute howlers as of late. A delayed kickoff there by Joreuz. It's like he might have just spotted the fact that that was not the correct landing that Jack was coming in with. I think Joreuz looking pretty comfortable. Jack surprised him with a couple of challenges in this game. But other than that, Joreuz has been able to play this game the way he wants to. Jack very all in there, but quickly darts back down the middle. Joreuz wanted the boost on spawn there, has to reverse back and get it. Get it, he does, and now pops into the air for the air dribble. Oh, well played by Joreuz. Jack's gonna lunge down and save this one. Joreuz stays on the ball. Who needs the boost steal? And he can turn around and score directly. Well, Jack was probably expecting Joreuz to just run the ball across the box here. Tried to play for a double jump challenge, but Joreuz had the flick over the top of him. Thank you, by the way, to Provolone Jones and Chaz171105 with the brand new primes. And thanks to the re-subs from Just Say CJ, Rahenium1, Mason Whiskey, Archie, and Osprey183. Welcome back to all of you. Appreciate that. Osprey's asking, why did you stop adding extra length to the videos on YouTube to stop the length of the video being spoiled? Well, the reason is because back in the day, it didn't seem like the YouTube algorithm cared about that all that much. It tended to give similar promotion to videos that would finish 3-0 and videos that would finish 3-2. But more recently, that wasn't the case. Any videos that were finishing 3-0 were getting significantly less recommendations by the YouTube algorithm, so we just had to stop it. Otherwise, people won't even be able to see them in the first place. So yeah, I know it can be a bit frustrating when you get the series length spoiled by the length of the video, but you've got to remember that if that's not happening, then someone else isn't even going to know about the matchup in the first place, not get to watch it at all. So it's a trade-off. I'm pretty sure, does somebody know? Maybe somebody in chat knows, but I thought someone in one of my YouTube comments said that there is either an app or a site that you can watch YouTube videos on that hides the length of the video. I'm not sure if that's the case, but I swear I read that somewhere. It might have been my Twitch chat. Maybe someone in chat knows about it. Or yeah, just don't pause the video at any point, or don't look at how long the video is, just click on it, try not look. It's a Chrome plugin, Chrome extension. Fear DM me about Chrome extensions. Yeah, apparently there's a Chrome extension, and I mean, Fear is the one who's telling me this, so I have no reason to doubt that that's actually the case. So yeah, Chrome extension to block the length of videos. Just yeah, get that, use it when you're watching videos, and no problems will be had. So game 2, Joreuz would be in a fantastic position to regain if he can come back and win this game. By regain, I mean regaining the entire group. Jack's not interested in that. He's got Joreuz's number so far in game 2. He's really out-pressured the Dutchman. It's not looking good for Joreuz's comeback chances when Jack's got the ball on a 2-goal lead. You know that he's likely, when he's in form, to hold on to it. Well, I just said that, and then he goes completely all in with not much of a recovery plan, and Joreuz gets another free goal. I'm extremely surprised to see Jack committing this hard for these plays. This is not what he usually goes for. In one's matchups, he doesn't usually completely send it with mid-air flicks after resetting close to the goal. And that was just crossbar, flush. Joreuz also having a bit of problems with his execution with the resets. I think he's going to make it back and save this, though. Has to accept a pretty bad position off the back of it, but he did force one more shot out of Jack. I think Joreuz has messed up that save, to be honest. It looks like he should have been able to place that more accurately into his post. I mean, a lot of players in that position will try and hit the inside of their own post to get the ball to go across the box. Very, very difficult and dangerous shot to be making, but something I would not be surprised to see Joreuz attempt, especially when he's trailing in a match like this. Early air double defense there from Jack. He's up before Joreuz could react to him. This should be game for Jack if he can kill a little bit more time. As long as he doesn't go completely all in again, he should be just fine. And this time, he has got one more touch on the ball. Is he all in? All the same though? Well, almost, and Joreuz is going to outplay him. But he's not. Jack's not technically all in, so I mean he's covering the goal in his retreat, but Joreuz had all the boost and able to pass it to himself off that near post. Close the gap to 1 with just 5 seconds left on the clock. What's Joreuz got planned? Wave dash recovery kickoff goes pretty well for him. He's going to get this up the wall, you know. Joreuz with a 0-second play. Oh, well, what's happened here? You thought it was going to be a chance for Joreuz to play that one off the wall with an air dribble, but it's chipped more in field than up the wall. And when he attempted to fly up to it, he realized that Jack's just beating him to it. Well, that is surprising. I thought that Joreuz was going to get an off the wall air dribble there, but he must have mistimed it. He must have hit the ball just a touch too early and bounced it too far off the wall for him to catch up to. I mean, even then, you'd think Joreuz would be able to fly after it. He tends to be able to do that by pre-flipping. Oh well. 1-1. Jack ties the series. Now, like I said earlier, for both of these players, if they want to win this group, if they want to catch up to Daniel, who's currently 4 games, plus 4 game win-loss differential, then one of these players is going to need to win both of the next 2 games in a row. They cannot allow the series to go to 5. Well, actually, Jack can, because he's not actually lost to Daniel yet, so that does give him a bit more comeback potential in the group. For example, if Jack beats Joreuz 3-2 and then sweeps Daniel, he would actually win the group, because beating Joreuz 3-2 would... Actually, I think either player could do that. Either player could could beat the other 3-2 and then take the group by sweeping Daniel. Because Daniel's +4 would become a +1, and Jack or Joreuz would go to +2. But I think Jack's even he can go one better. Jack can he win the group with a 3-1 over Daniel? I think he can. So if Jack's able to 3-1 Joreuz and then also 3-1 Daniel, yeah, he would win the group because their game win-loss differential would be exactly the same, himself and Daniel, that is. And then the second tiebreaker is head-to-head, so Jack would take it. But Joreuz can't do that. Joreuz actually has to beat Jack 3-1 and then hope that Jack takes the series off Daniel as well by a 3-1 or 3-0, I think. Pretty desperate situation for Joreuz at the end of the day. That's much better from Jack. This is more like what you are used to seeing from him. Aerial plays that are followed up with a 50-50 or some kind of recovery. Yeah, Roas can sweep Joreuz and win the group as well. Roas is still in it. I mean, all the players are currently still in with a shot of winning the group. But in order for Joreuz to win the group, he would need to win this series 3-1. And then he would need to sweep Roas while also having Jack beat Daniel. So lots of things would need to go Joreuz's way for him to win the group. Jack, the fact that he has a matchup against Daniel later today he has it more under his control, because Daniel is the guy that needs to lose, and if Jack can guarantee it by beating himself, he would help his own win condition. I'll be updating you guys on the scenarios more accurately between games, but all you really need to know for now, if that's too confusing to follow, is that every single game here is massively important. Nice little dish there in reverse from Joreuz after the back wall bump. He's up by 1. Wave dash recovery kickoffs continuing to be huge for Joreuz. Now this is similar to the position he was in with the potential comeback at the end of the last game. Oh, what a catch. Joreuz fakes the flip reset, just catches the ball instead and dribbles it infield. Jack was expecting a higher shot there. He went on the wall to pre-jump in defense, and then to his horror he realized Joreuz is actually going low. Much better possession stats for Joreuz in this game as well. He's already put 7 shots onto the net of ApparentlyJack. Last game it was Jack who was able to produce shots with significantly more ease than Joreuz was. Jack once again absolutely sends it with a flick in offense. Whether he's getting flicks off resets or flicks off the ground, he is going for it. And the crossbar has been his worst enemy today. Joreuz now shows Jack how it's done. Flip reset and the follow through at the end of the flick to put it well beyond what Jack could reach. And, you know, like I said earlier, so Joreuz pretty much is not in, well, he's in a terrible spot to win this group if he loses one more game here. But Jack's not quite. He could still sweep Daniel and take it all. There's always that win condition. Oh my goodness, what is that? I didn't think I was going to need to do any play-by-play on this play. Joreuz had a rookie goalkeeper training pack kind of shot, but he just let it roll past him. I mean, of course, he's trying to knock that into his back corner so he can take the boost and then continue attacking, but you've got to make sure to get the save, especially in a position like that where there is no threat at all from Jack. You don't need to play that one so close to your own goal. Joreuz had a 2-goal lead still, but it's going to be 1. Jack demos him. Okay, now it's getting very interesting. That was more of an outplay there from Jack. Forced the 50-50 from Joreuz, baited the challenge, and then demoed him right as he was landing. Yeah, don't get me wrong, guys. Daniel's still the massive favorite to take the group. His form's been immaculate, and Jack's looked inconsistent. Joreuz intercepts Jack very early on this play. Jack not able to see him coming until it was far too late. Looks like Joreuz will keep mixing in those half-flip kickoffs on the diagonal spawn. To success, I might add. Oh, that's well played. Well, this is what Jack's been trying to do whenever he's resetting close to the goal. Joreuz makes it look effortless. Just resets. As soon as he lands the reset, he goes for the flick. Just pops the ball graciously into the roof of the net. Joreuz still continuing to have much more success in this game than he did in the ones prior. Tried to wave dash after that landing there. Oh my goodness, Jack's missed another open net. Well, forget about Joreuz's failed wave dash. Jack has booked and missed his open net of the series right there, and that was very open. Of course, it bounced pretty badly for him, kicked up over the goal, but he didn't even need to be hitting the back wall in the first place. 7-3. Joreuz stocks rising rapidly as well. Nice early pre-jump by Joreuz. He went for the direct shot before picking up the boost, sent it wide. There's not a lot of time left for ApparentlyJack, but he's looked a bit lost on the pitch at times today. It's unusual to see him playing this sluggishly. Joreuz slams in an 8th. This is once again off the back of a failed Jack air dribble. He's trying to air dribble the ball into a threatening position there. Wasn't able to do so. Tries to land a 50-50. Not able to do that either. Now he's on the receiving end of Joreuz offset spawn half flip kickoff. Love to see Joreuz continuing to use this. Yeah, Joreuz just getting everything he wants at the moment. Ceiling recovery after the early challenge. That's going to go in as well. 9-3 for Joreuz. What a statement win. What a dominant position to be in. I mean, he's not won yet, but it's all but over in game 3. Joreuz plays Joreuz immediately after this series is completed. So just think, if Joreuz can really keep the form up, maybe, I mean, I say this is obviously a bit of a stretch, but maybe he catches Joreuz at an off day and he's the one who's going to be putting the pressure onto Daniel. Of course, Joreuz and Joreuz both need Jack to beat Daniel in the last series of the day. So Joreuz is Jack's enemy right now, but he's going to be his best friend later on. Of course, Jack would much rather play for himself once that series comes around than play for Joreuz or Joreuz. Looking at how it's going, you've got to think that Daniel's just going to sweep the group. Jack's not been able to put it together here. It's a nice zone goal there from Jack to give Joreuz a 10. Not an easy sidewall double that, but well played by Jack, practicing for RLCS while playing international ones. Yeah, come on, you guys gotta go easy on Jack here. I feel like he's probably jet lagged, and I'm not saying this as copium for Jack fans. It's simply a fact. He's done a lot of flying. He's flown from Toronto to LA and then LA to London, and I think he landed in London like 3 days ago. No, it must have been 3 days ago. So it's not a lot of time to adjust. He's definitely looking a lot less himself compared to the Jack that we saw playing the NA tournament for ProDrops, and also in Fear's 1v1 tournament that recently happened. Jack looked very, very tough to beat there. But what's he got left? It's as much of a must-win game for both players, by the way. Joreuz desperately needs this one. So if he loses just one more game to Jack, then even a sweeping loss for Daniel at the end of the day and a sweeping win for Joreuz versus Joreuz. Actually, no, sweep would work, but I mean, you can't leave yourself needing a sweep against Joreuz. That's just not a good idea. That's not a good idea for anyone. Great pressure there from Joreuz. Reverse flick sent it into the bar out of Jack's reach. The follow-up was automatic. Joreuz safely avoids the backwall demo attempt to Jack. Jack's swept across the box for the boost seal there. Puts himself in a very nice position to challenge though. He didn't see the demo coming. Jack slid his guard down there for just a second. Now he better put it back up again. Joreuz is coming at him. Fakes an early shot. Instead, delays it with the bounce to the ground, giving him that extra kick to work with. And, you know, accuracy didn't matter too much there. Jack's in the area. He's right beside the ball, but no time to react. Joreuz booms it right past him. Both players actually utilizing those landing wave dashes today to great effect. They've not looked as consistent with them as players like Zapatos, who've been doing them for longer than pretty much anyone. But it's really cool to see other top level players implementing those into their play so quickly after Zapatos popularized the strategy. Joreuz, another kickoff win, tries to pre-flip and chip the ball forwards, actually ends up missing it. Now here comes Jack with a dribble. Wanted to slide it around Joreuz defense. Looked like that door closed a bit too quickly for him. Jack having to invest a ton of boost on an approach for a reset here. Luckily for him, Joreuz has hit the ceiling with his wall shot on the counter. It's not good to see, well, it's not good news for Jack to see another air dribble of his end up being so inefficient. I mean, he's had to use so much boost just to keep the ball under control there. Really limits what he's capable of once he goes for the shot close to the goal. Jack double off his own backboard, not able to get it into the midfield. Actually went for the back corner. Joreuz beat him to it, and Joreuz beat him to the ball as well now. Slow play in the follow-up. Joreuz actually lifting the ball into the far post. Not the top corner, the far post. Accepting a boost steal instead of putting the ball on target. Maybe deciding that it was a bit too risky to shoot there. Jack was in a relatively good position to score it. Okay, here we go. Jack with the open net. Has he got it? No. Okay, yes he does. I thought he might have taken one extra touch, but Joreuz only able to get a touch on the goal line. No save after the ball did make contact with him. Oh, that's a close race to mid. Joreuz gets it though. Jack committed for it, but he is going to recover and block Joreuz near post shot. Joreuz seeing the majority of these ApparentlyJack demo attempts, but some of them are still causing him problems. Been a much closer game 4. Joreuz not dominating the way that he was in game 3. He's in a very strong position here though. Jack had plenty boost to defend with, but Joreuz had the ball, and how important is that going to end up being? Completely. 3-2 Joreuz. Both players continue to capitalize with the demos in the back corner. It's all about forcing your opponent to jump or dodge as you're approaching them to seal their boost. As long as they're jumping or dodging in the same area, it makes the demo a whole lot easier. Can Joreuz make it 2 with a big ceiling shot? Yes, he can. Jack got a piece of it. Nowhere near enough. Joreuz really leveling up with the aerial game right now. This is something he's absolutely going to need to show up with against Joreuz in the series following this one if he's going to have a good chance of winning that matchup. I mean, right now I'd say I'm leaning Joreuz on that one. ApparentlyJack with another open net. This is becoming a positive trend for him in this game. It's a great bounce for him to work with there. He'll be delighted that one didn't kick up the wall and actually just gave him the immediate shot, which Joreuz could not contest. And Jack actually saw Joreuz faking the kickoff here, so he's dribbled it to mid. Good read, good reaction. Jack's 50, just playing the ball into the corner. Tripped up Joreuz ever so slightly. We're going to have a repeat of what we just saw though. Same position. This time Joreuz lunges in. He's not going to sit back and make himself a target. He's back to the ball after the challenge as well. Oh, look at the placement. Joreuz up by 2. Well, we saw the same play twice in a row from Jack, but Joreuz had different ideas. Closed the distance on the second one and was able to take the ball away with not really too much of a risk involved. Just over a minute left. Jack decides to let the ball bounce. Air dribble is started, but lots of boost being used. Decides to let the ball bounce before shooting. Joreuz was able to block it. Now Joreuz with the air dribble. He's going to reset with a lean back and try for the ground pinch of sorts, but that just gives the ball away as well. Very free possession giveaways from both players. Speaking of, there's another run from Jack. I mean, this is fine for Joreuz. He will not mind going back and forward like this. He won't mind switching possessions as long as the possessions are from Jack that he has to defend. Not all that scary. It's up to Jack to make something a little bit better happen. Well played by Joreuz. Fake the ceiling challenge, able to dive down and block Jack's outplay. That puts Jack in a very precarious position, even more than he was seconds ago. Back corner boost belongs to Jack, but can he get the ball? Joreuz is away here. This could be the series over. Indeed it is. Joreuz takes it in 4. Jack will be back at the end of the day to try and win the group for either him or Roaz. But the best that Jack can hope for at this point would be second place with a 3-way tie. In fact, I think even that might be out of his reach. Let's take a look at the updated group standings. Roaz versus Joreuz will commence momentarily. But yeah, Joreuz and Roaz both in kind of interesting positions. It's one of the easier ways for this to have panned out in terms of understanding each player's chances to win. Because both Roaz and Joreuz have lost 3-1 to Daniel, and both of them have beaten Jack 3-1. So that means that actually Jack can't hope for better than third place in this group. I just realized, because one of Roaz or Joreuz will finish positive with the game win-loss differential after all is said and done. That means Jack is fighting for third place here, which is $100, so he's going to give it his best shot.